Hi, I'm HP and this is Dr. Pink, and today's topic is the empty bottle blues. What is that about? Some of you already might have experienced such a situation. You're sitting in an all-night bar and your girlfriend just left you. You have no money in your pocket left. Your bottle is empty. You only have a guitar, and then you hang around, don't know what to do. Then suddenly the band starts to play and you join in, and that's how it sounds. Yeah, stuff like this. I must admit, I'm a little bit inspired by Rory Gallagher. I knew this guy a long time, but I just recently discovered how really genius guitar playing he did in the past. Unfortunately, already passed away because of too much drinking, by the way. I think his liver exploded one day, something like that. But maybe you check out Rory Gallagher, his videos. The main thing which is really impressive for me is, as you might have noticed, we only have drum, bass, and guitar, no harmony instruments. And to play in this empty space, this is the topic of today. So let's check it out. Good, let's first analyze the song. Well, there's not much to do. It's more or less. This is what the bass is doing, which is nothing else. It's playing a little progression in A minor, so A minor, F, G. And this is just drum and bass, as you already have noticed. And now we are adding chords, and in this case we are just adding power chords. We have a slight distorted sound, something in between crunch and overdriven. So this is the maximum output we get from the sound when you attack it hard. When you attack it soft, it's just crunch. If you attack it hard, it's overdriven. And I prefer finger picking in this case, but if you're a pick player, no problem. You can do the pick as well. It doesn't really make a difference. I like it get a little more attack with the finger picking. So now we're following the chords just with power chords. A5 to F5. Now some of you might think, oh wow, this stuff is too easy for me, I can skip this part. You are really wrong about this. Because in music, if you want to be a real musician, a real artist, every note is difficult to play because you need to express something. That's what it's about today also. Getting cool stuff out of stuff you already know a long time. For some of you this stuff is new, then pretty cool, you will be very excited about this, and for some this is old stuff, but still there are different possibilities how you can bring this stuff alive. You can just play A5, F5, G. That sounds like nothing, but we play. So what is the difference between the version 1 and this one now? Here I was working, I was making music, I was giving expression. So I made slide, double slide, and on the second one I made vibrato. You can bring more alive when you attack the first one a little bit softer and the second a little bit harder. Big difference. You can really bring life into your guitar playing with very simple stuff. Then play F5 and then slide it up slightly. Then the volume or the distortion level goes a little bit down. Or if you want to keep the distortion level, you slide up hard and give some extra vibrato to keep it. And this way you can play the same phrase twice and it sounds different. Now I continue a little bit. Now to bring the thing more to life, and the third version I played, I started on count 2. So when you go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the first time I played 1, 2, and 3, 4, and the third time I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a big difference. You play the same thing but different in an easy way. But if you really need to mean it and really need to hear it, and then this stuff is not easy at all. Even the chords are easy to play. I mean, I guess all of you can play these chords. They're so simple. But to really get the maximum output of this, there are so many things you can work on here. On the distortion, how much distortion you want, how hard you want to attack, which count part or like which count number you want to join in, and then you already have 3 or 4 versions, and this brings simple songs to really breathe and live. And that's the thing what it's all about. Good songs are mostly simple, but then you just do these things and that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I did something else here. A little double stop lick, which I really love here, is we're playing double stop in the 5th, hammer on 6, 7, just as a approach or just go through chords. Really cool effect. You attack the first, and those 2 are hammer-ons. See, very cool stuff. Good. And then when we come to the end, we can add a little single note phrase, or like in this case I did not do a single note, I did double stop, like this double stop, but you also can add a single note line. And now we have it more or less the first part of the Empty Bottle Blues. Now we come to the second part, now comes soloing. Soloing is also pretty simple, it's nothing new. Pentatonics, A minor pentatonics, position 1. And we're doing normal stuff. Since we have this trio formation, and we don't have any chords around, we just drum and bass, the main problem we have here that you need to stand the emptiness of the sound. And this is the disadvantage of it, because the sound is so empty, you're totally naked. But the cool thing is, you can really work out your expression and the way you want to form the notes on the guitar, and it's really heard in this case, and not like overwhelmed with keyboards, with I don't know what. You really. And now the small little gimmicks, they really occur and they're really spotlighted, and of course you need to be able to do them. So a few ideas what you can do. So of course the main bending here works best. Since it's not really, I mean, you can play fast stuff, but it's cool if you keep it slow and cool, because it's the empty bottle blues. I mean, you cannot really play fast now. So one thing is really, you exaggerate, or not exaggerate, accelerate. That's nearly the same. You accelerate the vibrato and bend slowly up when you're getting up. Then faster and faster, let's accelerate your bending. And that stuff really works great here. Now, what also is a little bit a problem, because now guitar playing is not really a clean kind of playing. You cannot really avoid, especially when you play with distorted guitar, you cannot avoid this noise which is going on. You also need to learn to play with the noise. See, hear the noise when you exaggerate. This time we exaggerate, not accelerate. Exaggerate the vibrato. Hear this. This has to be. I once did recordings and cut out all those noises with the software. I thought, how does it sound when it's totally clean? It didn't sound well at all. This is really needed. And also make like this kind of dynamic shifts in your playing, like here is the lick. What does that mean? I make hammer on, pull off, hammer on, slide, and then go into the vibrato and accelerate it now. Not exaggerate, accelerate it. And these little gimmicks make the big difference in such type of blues. Let's check it out. Another thing which is really important, here are a little bit delay on the sound. Now, you also work with the delay. The delay doubles up your notes. In this case, that's not really a tough delay, just one repeat. But still, when you want to work properly with the delay, as I'm telling all the time, set the delay on the quarter note of the song, and then end the note on the beat. And make a dynamic ending that the delay can really work in such case where you have this emptiness. It's cool. Now you can hear it. Otherwise you didn't really hear it. Now you hear it, and now it has to be very precise. See, and I like a little bit pull it away. This way I have more attack on the delay. And that's really a useful trick. Also when you end the vibrato here, see, when you pull it away, then you have the delay coming in. Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. Now, if you want to get, we're starting soft and smooth, now we want to put more energy in it. The easiest way is just play power chords. Before we play the little power chords, these little bars, now we play full power chords and attack hard that the distortion really comes. See? So now I'm just going direct to hard mode. 1, 2, 3. Now the same thing again with the variations. I doubled up the rhythm from before. First that was the main rhythm, and second variation start and count to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And with the dead notes in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the single note lines, really attack. Yeah, I mean, double stops really makes sense here. Yeah, that's more or less a few ideas. And the main thing on this kind of blues is the dynamic shifts, that you're able to slowly build it up and then get into the extreme. And that's what it's all about. And if you have a wah, you also can, when you start without wah, when you're getting crazy, you can do stuff like this. And then that's really what's going on. So I'm giving examples, build it up slowly, and then get extreme. I shorten it up a little bit. Build it up slow. You also can sometimes do nothing. Just let it breathe. That's very important, that it breathes. Now you're getting extreme. Getting back to soft. And you let it breathe. Good. This was the Empty Bottle Blues in the little bit in the Rory Gallagher style. I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. The main thing here we're talking about is guitar playing must not be complicated. You don't need to learn, I don't know, what kind of complicated chords. If you do simple things, but do it with your emotions and your heart and try to give an expression or play kind of a picture or a color, this is what it's about. A lot of songs, as I said at the beginning, are very simple, but it's what you make out of it. It's the main thing. I showed you here now is stuff, very standard stuff, but the way you look at it and the way you think it should be makes it special. And you should also remind that. Don't think you have to learn licks or play exactly like this. You have to find your way of getting your personal individual expression. And that's is what it's all about. I mean, if you're a lick, some people are really lick players and they can do them, they sound great because it's their expression anyway. But if you're not, you will never sound good if you play stuff which doesn't really fit to you. And the main thing is just to find out what is your personal expression and just try and give you a few ideas here how to do that somehow. I mean, I cannot really listen what you're doing with this listen, of course not. But I'm sure you will have a lot of fun. You find the link below in the description where you can work with the backing track. I make a single, another kind of video just for the backing track that you can practice with that one, or any kind of backing track. But I mean, it's cool if you work with that one here. Good, so we have it. I hope you enjoyed it, and me and Dr. Pink. Oh, I forgot these licks. That's tapping some. Now we do another time. Yo, good. So enjoy it, and we see us next time.